These are the new height adjustable parallettes from BaseBlocks when they teamed up with the breakdancing calisthenics beast Psy Monster, and they're called the mini bars. And that's what we're gonna be looking at in this video. And the reason why they are height adjustable is because you have a high setting, a low setting, and a sort of secret third setting, which is angled. And I'll be talking more about that in just a minute. But first, let's talk about why would it be helpful to have height adjustments on your parallettes, because most parallettes don't even have that. They're just one height setting. So when you have the high setting, which on these is about 12 inches or 1 foot off the ground, the advantage is that you have more clearance beneath the parallettes. So this means if you're going to be working on your L-sit or your tucked planche or anything on the parallettes, you need less core compression, which is great for a beginner. So the high setting is really ideal for beginners. And also keep in mind that if you're going to do an exercise that requires like a deficit, right? Like deficit push-ups or pike push-ups or handstand push-ups, then on the high setting, you're going to have more room for full range of motion. So you can go deeper into that deficit. Now the low setting is good for when you get more advanced because there's less clearance beneath your body. So it's actually more difficult to do any of those same moves like L-sit or planche work on parallettes when they're on the low setting. And then if you set one side to high and one side to low, like how I have them set right now, this is an angled setting. And I didn't even think about this. This is pretty innovative, and it's like a built-in pro tip from Psy Monster when you get these. Again, I've never even used angled parallettes before, but apparently when you try it, you'll see for yourself, it's much easier on your wrists. It actually alleviates strain on your wrists when you use a declined angle for your parallettes working on, say, planche work or L-sit. You're gonna definitely feel that. And of course, you can also use them on an incline like this and do like incline push-ups, and you can get creative with these. So the angled setting is really cool, and it's something I wasn't expecting. I haven't seen it before, so I think that's a great bonus. By the way, if at any point you feel like these might be worth your money, keep in mind I have a discount link in the description box below. So if you click that link and go to the BaseBlocks store, you'll get 10% off your purchase at checkout. Now, the thing I've been looking forward to the most in making this video is to tell you guys about how easy it has gotten to change the height settings on these mini bars. Now, if you've seen my previous BaseBlocks reviews, anytime I had a complaint about BaseBlocks, it was almost always about changing the height settings, specifically on the B bars. There was like 12 pins on the B bars, and you gotta remove them all, and you gotta flip it upside down. It takes like 3 to 5 minutes to change the height settings on the B bars. But with these mini bars, it's so much easier. I want to take you into the other room so it's easier to see, and I want to show you just how it's done. All right, guys, so here we are. We are on a table here in my dining room. I'm not even in frame, but whatever. I don't have to be in frame for this. So check this out. On each side, you've got a pin. It's a click pin, and also this knob here, right? So you're going to take out the click pin first, and then with the knob, you're just going to loosen it a couple turns, pull it out like that, and now you can adjust the height. And you can drop it down, and it's just a matter of finding, where you can line up the holes here to put the click pin back in. And that's the only part that sometimes might give you a little bit of trouble, but once you get the hang of it, it's easy. See, it's just seconds. That was like, I don't know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Super quick, super simple, such an improvement over previous stuff released by BaseBlocks. So you could do that on the other side, and then it would be on the low setting, right? But let me show you how you bring it back up to the high setting. Again, you just pull out the pin, and then you're going to lift it up here. You're gonna pull on this until you get it just lined up with the hole. There we go. And then you're gonna turn it to tighten it, and you're gonna put the click pin back in. Boom. Super quick, super simple. All right, back here on the floor, you might be wondering, how do the mini bars compare to, say, a standard set of wooden parallettes? And really, the height, when I set them here, the height of my parallettes that I got from Amazon and the mini bars are almost exactly the same on the low setting. And that's what I've noticed is a lot of wooden parallettes are typically very low to the ground, whereas the metal parallettes you can buy are usually around 1 foot high, so the high setting of the mini bars. But none of them that I've seen are height adjustable. So you don't get that flexibility of moving between the high setting, low setting, and especially having the angled setting. Of course, the mini bars do require a little bit of assembly, but just like I showed you when we were changing the height settings, It's literally just each side has that pull thumb screw pin thing, and then there's like a grenade click pin. So it's just 2 pins per side, very easy, very simple. It's not assembly, it's more like just initial setup. It's like you're learning how to adjust the height initially, and that's it. Whereas if you buy wooden parallettes or metal parallettes, there is no assembly, they just come as one unit. And I do have to say that, in terms of cost, I'm not gonna mention any exact numbers because in case BaseBlocks wants to change the price of the mini bars in the future. But I will say that these pretty basic wooden parallettes that I got on Amazon, they're great, by the way. I've had them for 3 or 4 years now. They cost about 1/3 of the mini bars. So keep that in mind. You are gonna pay a lot more for the mini bars, but for a good reason. So if you're wondering, are these right for you? My recommendation is to ask yourself, like, where are you in your journey? If you're a beginner and you're looking to base a lot of your calisthenics work around parallettes, then I'd absolutely recommend the mini bars. These would be fantastic for a beginner because you can start with the high setting and you can work your way, build up to the low setting, and you can use the angled setting whenever needed. Even if you're advanced, if you're thinking about working on your planche next, then absolutely having just the angled setting alone might be worth it for you if you're really serious about it. But if you've already got some parallettes and maybe you're not basing a lot of your calisthenics around parallettes, then obviously it's probably not worth the investment for you. So it really comes down to, what do you currently have? What are your goals? And would you take advantage of the height adjustment? Because that's really the big perk with these. But other than that, I do have to say it's the same quality, kind of a dull matte finish on the bars, and same quality that you see in the B bars and the base bar and everything else I've gotten from BaseBlocks. So it's definitely quality stuff. I'm really happy with it, really impressed, and again, highly innovative. So you just need to ask, are you gonna take advantage of that innovation? Oh, and of course, if you decide that you're interested in these, don't forget to use that link below because it'll get you 10% off at checkout. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful for you if you're interested in getting some parallettes, or maybe you saw the mini bars and you want to hear my thoughts on them. Don't forget to hit subscribe and stay tuned because I have more new equipment that I'm gonna be showing you, plus plenty of great tips, just general health and fitness and calisthenics. So I will see you in the next video. As always, talk to you then, guys.